Top 10 Tips to Pleasure Your Email List. Chapter 1, Consistency. Consistency is a priority when nurturing a relationship with your list. If you lack consistency, this can be a turnoff to your list, and they will usually opt out when this happens. You may be curious about what I mean by consistency. Well, let me explain. If you are sending an email message a week that provides valuable content that your list enjoys reading, and then you send information about a new product or service maybe once every other week, this is called consistency. Your readers know what to expect. They don't mind receiving the occasional offer because the value that you provide them the rest of the time is amazing. Therefore, they are more likely to stay subscribed to your list. And not only this, but they will also be more likely to purchase your products as well. Here's the problem that a lot of new email marketers make when they start contacting their lists. First, they lack consistency. One week they provide great, valuable content. The next week they just send out emails about all different offers. Think about this for a moment as a consumer. How would you feel if the list you signed up for started out offering all of this great content, and then all of a sudden all they were doing was trying to sell you on something else? How would you feel? You would probably feel a number of things. Maybe you would feel like this person doesn't value you. Maybe you would think that this list owner must be desperate for money. The question then becomes, if they are desperate for money, they probably are not the leader that I thought. What does this mean for the list owner? This means that they did not do a good job pleasuring their list. What ultimately happens is the list owner will end up spending more and more time trying to find new people to add to their list instead of having the list come to them. When you develop consistency in your list and in what you provide to your readers, your list will begin to grow and the sales will begin to come in. The key to doing this is to remain consistent. Continue to provide your readers with what they expect to receive from you, and you will be able to maintain a long and mutually beneficial relationship. This, my friends, is the key to your success. Those on your list are on your list because they feel they can benefit from what you have to offer. If you were to lose the feeling of the mutual benefit, you will lose that subscriber. Chapter 2. Not all relationships are created equally. Our personal relationships and our everyday lives we lead have different strengths. I certainly don't talk to my mechanic like I do my wife. Also, I don't talk to my mechanic now like I talked to him 5 years ago, or for that matter, my wife as well. It is exactly the same with email subscribers, but we tend to use the same content, style, and design for all. It is an obvious choice to segment your list, but the next big question is how? Some examples might be the length of time on your list, their purchase history, their open click history, the website browsing history. Do they share or like on social media sharing sites? If it seems confusing to you, don't worry. The segmentation by relationship approach begins simply with the first follow-up message. You must not treat new subscribers the same as ones that have been there for a while. It's almost like conducting a first date as if it was the 10th. Instead, try giving your new subscribers one or more welcome emails. Like, for example, thank them for joining the list. Remind them of the benefits of being a part of your list. Introduce them to the kind of content or offers you will send to them at a later date. Provide them with some valuable information they may not have known that could help them with the problem that they are experiencing. With your older subscribers, you have already laid the foundation. You have already sent them the unexpected gifts, and you've already established yourself as a person that can be trusted and depended on. For them, it will be easier to send them the occasional offer. The key to maintaining this relationship is to treat them like they are your old and loyal subscribers. Offer them the better gifts. Provide them with the insider secrets. Show them the offers that you believe are the best of the best, because these loyal subscribers deserve the best of the best. You want to be able to identify as well those on your list who have purchased from you from those who have not purchased from you. These two should not be treated the same, and for very good reason. Those who purchase from you value your opinion enough to put their money where their mouth is. Those who don't purchase from you clearly do not value your opinion in the same way, and therefore I suggest leaving extra special bonuses for those who have shown their loyalty to you. Chapter number 3. If it's not mutually beneficial, it's just not going to work. As in day-to-day real life, the strength of any relationship largely depends on the benefits received by each side. You simply can't expect selfless love from your subscribers. Email marketing is a value exchange. The subscriber gives you an email address and attention, and in return you deliver value to them, either through useful, timely, and entertaining content, or with relevant offers and promotions. If subscribers don't get enough value out of this relationship, they will either leave or ignore you. Nothing revolutionary here. However, many of us play lip sync service to this concept, but our obsession with technology and numbers leads us to lose sight of the fact that subscribers are people with human needs and wants, and we're often hitting a targeted glass ceiling. We look to squeeze a few percentage point increases to open clicks and conversions by fiddling with the subject lines or refining the content in all of our broadcast emails. The most important things get lost somewhere in the midst of all that. The important thing being that email marketing is relationship marketing, and as such, you want to ensure that you are building your list the correct way. You want to ensure that your relationship with your list is mutually beneficial. What this means is that you are giving something back to them in exchange for them reading your emails. The days of mass email marketing to purchase lists are far behind us. Today, readers expect us to take the time to know them and to provide them with what they need to achieve with their own dreams. When you're able to do this, you're setting yourself apart from the others. You are showing your readers that you value them and you want them to succeed in what they're trying to accomplish. Say, for example, you're selling dating information. You'll want to provide them with a helpful tip or two about dating. This way they are learning from you, and they will want to purchase dating tips from you because you have created a mutually beneficial relationship. This relationship is going to mean the difference between this person purchasing their dating advice from you or from somebody else. Chapter 4. Do not overestimate your relationship with your list. One of my favorite topics is overestimating the strength of an email relationship. For most subscribers, it's an extremely tenuous commitment. Marketers who forget this often assume unconditional love, meaning subscribers will always forgive the occasional or regular transgression. Some may, but all subscribers have their limits. Do not coast. This is assuming that loyalty, response, and the sender's image remain unaffected by a long break between emails, thin content, irrelevant offers, sloppy writing, etc. Unfortunately, the typical subscriber is not a forgiving partner. Delivering value is important. Delivering consistent value is equally, if not more important. Giving has great returns. If the question, what's in it for me, enters your brain while you're thinking of giving on some level, it's a pretty good indicator of your motives. This mindset is fine in states of affairs that are built around some kind of exchange, but we're discussing the act of giving, not friendly dialogues. We all recognize that giving on any level feels genuinely good, but internally all types of giving simply are not created equal. If we give with the expectation of getting something reciprocally, we're not really letting go of whatever it is you're giving. When we don't let go entirely, we create resistance, and this blocks the inward flow of energy. On the level of vibration energy, the inability to let go will gear up a corresponding inability to receive. On the other hand, once you give without anticipating something in return, you open yourself up to an incoming flow of energy at the quantum level. That energy doesn't start with you. It's a giant feedback loop we all share. There's no scarcity in the quantum field, and hence no reason to be concerned about just getting your just share. Whatever you give will return to you many times over, often in entirely irregular ways. Energy has boundless ways of evidencing in our lives, but remember, if you're giving merely to get something back, don't expect it to happen. You can operate from abundancy and scarcity at the same time. If you want to draw in abundancy and be a networking superstar, you must operate from abundance. Like attracts likes. Think about some of the more visible ways that unselfish giving can have a great effect on you. It feels satisfying. When you give without requiring anything back, it opens up your heart to a heightened sense of peace, love, and joy. It arouses gratitude. Giving without anticipation will elevate your personal awareness of other people. As a result, you'll feel filled with compassion and gratitude. Draws in giving. The law of attraction shows that whatever energy you extend into your internal and external world comes back to you. The energy of giving is no exception. It makes you aware of restricting beliefs. When you discover your limiting beliefs to your consciousness awareness, then you are finally able to let them go. If you are unaware of their being, they remain active in your subconscious mind. If allowed to continue, such beliefs can lead to self-sabotaging behaviors. If they continue unbridled, you may end up attracting the exact opposite of what you thought or wanted. On some level, it appears that we're all susceptible to the idea of scarcity. It's almost like running through life trying to fill up a bag with a hole in the bottom. Energy is abundant, and it's always liquid to you and through you. There's no scarcity. So don't be afraid to give without exception. Chapter 5. Heavily brand yourself and your product. Always brand yourself in your email messages because it begins the KLT process. What this process does is it allows the reader to start to view you as a leader. Oftentimes a newbie, when they start marketing, allows someone else to be the focal point, and they don't take the time to send out those personal emails and build that personal relationship. What happens is the prospect doesn't come to know you. So should something go wrong with the company and you move on, that person simply isn't going to be moving on with you. They're going to follow the person sending them the emails. So my question to you is this: why on earth shouldn't that person be you? Why should someone else get your leads and your prospects? Shouldn't that person be you? So, what that also means is that you have to take the first step. You have to start to build yourself. And I'm not telling you to go out there and lie about yourself. You don't have to do that. And in fact, you probably won't feel very good about that either. Your prospect will be more inclined to respect you and follow you if you are honest and provide them with the information that they need. You have a wealth of knowledge that someone else may benefit from, and don't for 1 second believe otherwise. When I first got started, I was afraid to sell myself. I felt like I don't have nothing to offer. Nobody would want to join under me. So, because I was afraid, I allowed other people to build relationships with my list. You know what happened? I lost that list. No one followed me. I wasn't able to stay with the company, and I lost that list permanently. When I realized what I had done, I had to start all over again and rebuild, and that was darn painful because it took me a long time to build what I had. The second time around, I branded myself. I talked to them about the mistakes I made and about the things I do and have been doing. I shared with them about my experiences. All of a sudden, I started to receive emails asking for advice because it turned out some of the people on my list were in need of the same knowledge I didn't even realize I had to share. As I started teaching from my experiences, my list began to grow. I was building my reputation and my list. Those who were on my list learned to value and appreciate what I could offer them and who I was as a real person. More and more people began to purchase my products because I would talk about my products and how they helped me, and basically I wasn't selling my product, I was selling my experiences. It became clear to me that my struggles had helped create the person that I was, and that made me a pretty powerful leader because there were other people around that were doing the same thing and had been through the similar struggles, and they also needed answers. I was able to provide those answers, and thus my brand was born. My life simply started to change forever. This can, should, and will be you. You don't have to allow someone else to brand themselves with your leads. You do it. If you have not yet started to do so, I would highly recommend setting up even just a free blog and an autoresponder. If you're in network marketing, create a blog about yourself and your company. Stop funneling your leads through their system. Funnel it through your own. Keep in contact with them no matter what you're doing. If they want to know more about your product, they'll opt in on your company site. But first and foremost, they are your leads and they should opt into your autoresponder first. This is about you. The more work on branding yourself and your product, the better chances of long-term success. Also, if things don't work out with the company you're currently with, you'll always have that list. They will know you, respect you, and follow you. This, my friend, is money in the bank.